Congratulations. You can give us an opening statement, and we'll take the questions. Start with you.
I felt good out there, but JT did all the work, so I think she's the one that should answer most of the questions.
We felt pretty good. I think from the start we had a really good energy, and we told in the huddle let's keep it going. Let's see how long can we let's keep it till the end. And I think it's a full team effort today. Yeah.
Parent, you played outdoors when you played Michigan. Obviously, you went there. They beat you there. Can you kind of tell me if that gave you more confidence when you came in here, knowing that you might be outside, probably would be outside? I mean, obviously, you guys don't play much indoor, so.
I think it's pretty obvious that a lot of the northern teams, they would love to play us inside. They feel like they have an advantage, and I think they do, just based on how much they practice, and we don't. And then we feel the opposite. When we get them outside, we feel like we might have a little bit of an advantage. They had an amazing year. I feel really bad for them losing, because I feel like they deserve to go far in this tournament. They did. They had an amazing year, and they were really good. They happened to run into us today playing really well, but they should be really proud of what they've done this year.
Were the matchups all different or from the February match?
Well, we lost, so we wanted to change it up. No, JT always plays unbelievable when May shows up, and so she deserved the opportunity. And then the rule this year about being able to switch it up, and we do have 3 players that really we could probably mash them up and do that. So it was a little bit of a benefit for us to be able to do that. We did like some of the matchups that we had, and I don't know if it worked or not, but I'll say it worked. JT worked it out. So, but yeah.
Coach, we're halfway through the first day, and in the grand scheme of things, and you're a third of the equation here, the top 3 seeds in the tournament are gone. Is this, it can't be something that you saw on the bingo card coming into the tournament before we even started, that all top 3 already out before we get to the semis. Is it?
No, I think before the season started, everybody looked at UNC as like a step above everybody else, that was going to be the team to beat. And then they had an unlucky injury, obviously, that now suddenly a bunch of teams were chopping at the bits. And then Oklahoma State, I think it hurt them going undefeated all the way to the tournament, and unbelievable year from them. But then, you run into a hot team and you haven't lost, you feel it. And so once that happened, it's like now everybody feels like they have a shot. And there's some really good teams, and it almost feels like, hey, whoever shows up that day is going to have the best chance to win.
JT, you were up first set, and then quick hole deficit in that second, and Kari had a couple chances there to do her thing. How much of that point are you're not looking at anything, or are you looking around going, come on, somebody finish this thing off, or are you just dead focused on your own court? What did you do to turn it and get back into that second set?
The coaches always said that, just take care of your court. So, I just tried to, keep in it, trying to stay in it, trying to, keep trying to play the right way and fight for every point. And next thing you know, it's 5-all, and then I'm on serve, and then I feel good about it. Yeah.
Are you looking down? I know some players like to look at the big board and some don't. Are you looking down at all during the match, changeovers, anything, to see how the rest of the team's doing?
I do look at it, but by the end of the day, I just have to be careful and just keep focused on my court and try to take care of my court. Yeah.
I looked over one time to Vivian's court, and Pete looked at me and said, "Hey, you keep your eyes on your court." And I was like, "All right."
Yeah, so Per, I'm watching you there in that. The long breaker, for Lisa, and you just looked like you were having and trying to instill in her to have an amazing amount of fun, just smiling and slapping high fives and whatnot. Is that the general vibe between you two?
Well, yes, I think so, and I think everybody felt like that was a pretty big set right there. I know I did, and so Maybe I was a little nervous, and so I needed it. I don't know. But she was a little up and down, and she got a little quiet, especially when she was trying to serve it out or close it out. So I was just trying to mix it up with her and try to get her to have some fun, smile. I mean, they all play better when they're happy and enjoying things. So.
Anything else? Thank you all.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations. Thank you.
I'm so incredibly happy and proud of this team. We talked for this entire year. There's just something really special about this group. And not only are they good, but they have this togetherness that allows them to elevate each other's performance. And that's what you guys saw tonight from start to finish. And couldn't be more excited for these guys.
From my part, I'm just so proud of my team. I won the last point, but this was a team effort, and I did it for them, and I love playing for them. This is huge. I love the team effort.
What's it mean for you guys to be back in the Final Four since 2002? Okay.
It's special. Special. I just want to keep playing longer and longer. I want to keep playing with my teammates. I want to keep playing and having fun. I just can't wait to compete tomorrow again.
Yeah, the Final Four back in 2002 was at Stanford, and every one of my teammates has been messaging throughout this entire event, so they are thrilled and cheering us on, and every Lady Vol, they've just been sending message after message, and you can sense that feeling when you're around this team, and so yeah, we're excited. Get to go play another SEC team tomorrow, and we're pumped.
What's the message to the team going into tomorrow?
Let's get some rest. Let's get some food in our system, recover, enjoy this tonight. But when we wake up tomorrow, it's time to get ready for the Aggies.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Go Vols.
Go Vols, baby.
Yep.
Congratulations, Coach. To start us with an opening statement, then we'll take questions.
That was a very impressive performance by our group. Exciting doubles point there that came down the wire. Was a lot of nerves on both sides. Virginia had some nerves. We had some nerves. And, those doubles points are just kind of the roll of the dice sometimes. They can go either way. And it's excellent composure by the girls. To win all 6 first sets just really set the tone there. We talk often about the composure after the doubles point, especially when we don't get the doubles point. And we really brought it. Great starts in all the beginnings of sets, 6 first sets, and you could just see the confidence growing on our side of the court. So just, big stage out there. We really handled the situation very well, especially in the singles. Very proud of our group.
How do you think your win over North Carolina affected your performance today?
You want to go, Mary?
Yeah, I think it gave us so much confidence. I mean, we all knew we were capable of playing this level, but to just go to North Carolina and win so decisively just gives us a ton of confidence, and we kind of know that we can take down any team in any way, no matter from what position, doubles, singles, we can do it anywhere. So, yeah, we're really confident and excited to keep it rolling.
Yeah, to speak on that, when the draw came out, everybody gave us a pretty hard time about our draw. At the end of the day, we always just talked about focusing on ourselves. If we play the tennis we're capable of, not too worried about the draw so much. But even the Oklahoma match, second round, wasn't the easiest of second round matches, and I really feel like that match is really where we started to shine. And we knew we needed to bring it against North Carolina. 6 years in a row, they haven't lost at home. 94 matches in a row, defending national champions, and I think we really sent a message by beating them rather decisively. It was a tough match, but it was pretty decisive performance by us out there.
Coach John Parsons with No Ad, No Problem. You all surprised the college tennis world getting Carson Branstein back for the postseason. Can you share a little bit more about when the conversations with Carson began about her return and what the process was for getting her eligible?
Yeah, it was a pretty simple situation there. Carson and I and all of us, we've kept great relationships with her, just like we do all of our players. She's been enrolled at the university, and Carson actually just graduated this last week or so. Unfortunately, she couldn't make the graduation, but we decided, we've had a scholarship available all year that we didn't use, and fortunately, it just all played out. She came on campus. I don't even remember when it was, maybe late March, early April, and just said how much she misses it, and I wish she could do it. And I said, well, let's talk about it. We can make it happen. And it was, pretty simple process. And, she was a fully healthy recovery from her surgery, stronger than ever. And at the end of the day, our compliance people handled it, met with our doctors, and pretty simple process, really, to get her back.
Just a follow-up question on that. I know Carson was out last season because of injuries. Was she ever medically redshirted, and was that part of the compliance process?
She was on a medical there for a while and had the surgery, and once she had the surgery and was a successful healing process, they took her off the, I forget all the terminology or whatever it is called. It was a medical deal, they declared she was perfectly healthy, and she was cleared and good to go. We had an athletic scholarship available. If we didn't have an athletic scholarship available, then maybe it wouldn't have worked out.
Coach, you had a spot there where Mia was playing a tie break, and at the time she was in the middle of the tie break. You were a set, and between Mary and the three others, you were 4 or 5 love or 1 on 4 courts. I don't think it was your court; it was probably Jordan's. But what are you telling Mia at that point? She's the 6th percent. You've only got 5 in the books. It's got to be hard to get her to be like, hey, you still got to play this out. Like, something can happen, right? What's the message at that point to someone when it looks like, hey, you're probably not finishing. You're thinking that, but you got to keep her playing, right?
Yeah, we need Coach Sabo here to answer that one. I was doing 1, 3, and 5 there, and then of course you had Carson at 2, and Mia was way down at 4. So I was just kind of watching from a distance there. So that's a very good match there. I think 4 singles. You got Mia Kupris against Subhash. That's about as strong of a number 4 matches you're going to find anywhere. So I didn't see much of it out there, but just looks like they had a battle there in the first set, and I don't know what Jordan was telling her out there, but Mia's got a big serve, a big forehand, and it fights her every single point out there. So I'm assuming Jordan told her to use your weapons out there and stay in the moment and control the things that you can control.
You have the option now of changing your lineup at every point in this tournament. I know you made a change to flip Carson and Mary. I don't know. Maybe Mary can address having to play a different lineup or what it meant to you. Did it bother you to go down to 2, or what kind of is your thought process in that situation?
I mean, it's a team sport, and every single point is worth the same there. So wherever anyone's put, we're just going to go and take care of business on that court. And, we just have to all value wherever we're playing, and we all get the job done. And I think we're able to do that with that lineup, and especially with this lineup. We all just go to work wherever we're put and just try and get 4 points on the board.
Yeah, I think just to kind of follow up to that, we've got at least 3, 4, maybe 5 players that could probably play number 1 at 95% of the universities out there. So, it's a heck of a team, and I think everybody has embraced all that about the best they can. And, at the end of the day, we're here to win a national team title. So.
Mm-hmm.
One question for Mary. Congrats on the win. It was announced during this tournament that Coach Sabo would be leaving A&M for Auburn. How has that impacted your tournament thus far? What was the reaction from the team, and how are you all embracing that over the next match?
I mean, it was definitely probably tough news, a little bit unexpected, but I mean, Jordan means so much to us. He's been so crucial in our success, and he's just such a great coach and great person that we've all gotten close to, especially me in my 3 years here. So it was a little bit tough, but we're just trying to focus on tennis as the matches come, and he's still giving his all to us, obviously. So we're just trying to do something really special here at the end with our last few matches with Jordan. I mean, he'll be greatly missed. He's been just so crucial to all our success, but I feel like we're handling it well as a group. We're staying super united as all the girls on the team. We're just focusing on the right things, and we'll see how we can send Jordan off on a good note here.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Good. We'll start with your opening statement and we'll take questions.
Sure. Yeah, just really proud of this team. They've just come so far from August to now, really January, February to now. It's a team that's continued to lean on each other, continue to buy in, continue to grow. We talk a lot about playing your best tennis in May, late in the season, and that's definitely where we're at. Excited for this team to get to see one more day.
Coach, what talk me through it. You get the doubles point. It looks like you've got, midway through second set, it looks like you've got 2 and 3 coming, pretty quickly. It ended up dragging out a little on Dash's court, but she did get, you got it done and you got 3 points up. At some point in there, are you personally looking around at the other 4 where you dropped the first set going, where's my focus? Where am I going to get somewhat, are you picking on the one you think that's the one I need to key on and get her going?
Yeah, you can't coach 6 matches at once. And our message to them walking out is just stay on task, regardless of all the things that are going on around you. Just stay on task. And we've all kind of got courts as coaches that we're taking on, and our task is those couple courts. And it would be poor coaching if I was asking them to do something that we didn't plan on doing ourselves. And I'm glad you thought 2 or 3 points were coming quick. Thanks for that.
I dropped the good leads. Dash's 4 love maybe in the second, and it got tight. Anastasia said, for you see your teammates. You've got 2 first sets, so clearly somebody, at least one of you's got to flip it. Are you seeing that while you're out there, and obviously a rough first set? Are you going, I have to find a way because somebody's got to do it, and I know we need it?
Well, honestly, when I was playing, I didn't really look at the other people's scores, so I didn't even know that we got 2 sets. I just saw that Dasha was doing well because a lot of our people were cheering, and I lost my set, and I was like, damn, I shouldn't have lost it because it was my set. And then I went to the bathroom and said to myself, I need to keep playing because who knows what can happen. Even if you won first set, it doesn't mean that you can win a second set. So I just focused on my match and kept playing.
Was that more mental for you going from that first into the next 2 sets, or did you make a tactical sort of change in the game and approach something a little differently and try to get after it a little different?
I think it was more mental because in the first set I was doing a lot of stupid mistakes, on a deuce point on 3-all. I just didn't expect a ball bounce that high, and I missed a ball that's on top of the net. I didn't expect myself to miss it. So then I just lost a set, and I was like, that was my set. I just needed to won those deuce points, and that would have been fine. But then I just started being more focused, and I was playing well in important moments.
Did you feel like she was getting tired? Did you sense that maybe you had that advantage over her?
Well, I don't know, honestly. I didn't really pay attention to it. I was just playing my game. In the third set, 1-0, she kind of rolled her ankle. That was unexpected, but then she took a medical and it was fine. So that's pretty much what I saw.
Hey, Coach, what are you gonna stick around and watch some parts? Watch/scout, and what do you know about the 2 teams you might be facing next?
Yeah, just like the other 7 teams that made it to the final site, everybody's good here. We'll definitely watch some and see what we can pick up on. Selfishly, I'd like to be able to celebrate with this team and be able to celebrate what they've done today for a little bit before we turn our attention to tomorrow. But yeah, it'll be the same routines that we've gotten used to. Playing SEC tournament, you play 3 days in a row. Go eat, go hang out, rest up, get ready to bring it again tomorrow, knowing that every day is going to be a challenge.
With the short term for you compared to the men, with no day off, where the men get the day off in between, I'd assume no night session, no practice. It's rest, eat, get ready for tomorrow.
What do you think, Nas? You have enough for today?
I think we did had enough today. Yeah.
Okay. If Nas says we've had enough, then we've had enough. We'll see about another hit tomorrow. But yeah, we know it's going to be a little bit hotter tomorrow. It is a quick turnaround, but we don't necessarily mind that. We've been working since August to be ready for heat this time of year. We're looking forward to being a burner.
Drake, your first year as head coach, Georgia made the semis last year. I mean, was that any added pressure to you to say we need to do, what happened last year? We need to at least get that far.
No, I mean it's we really, if there's one thing that this team and this group's done, it's just been staying present. And last year's, really, it was a terrific year, but it's so far in the rearview mirror, and the ground that we've covered between now and then. This has been all about this team, and this has been really all about today. And it hasn't been about tomorrow yet, and tomorrow it'll be about the day. And, again, credit to this team for staying present and not putting that kind of weight on their shoulders. We're just trying to do it for each other every day.
Thank you all.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Coach. Looks like we did yesterday. Good opening statement, and we'll take questions.
Yeah. Just really proud of this team. Really proud of, the ground that we've covered in the last really heavy ground covered the last 3 months. This team's got a lot of character, a lot of heart, a lot of fight. They're playing for a lot of people back home, whether that's back home where they're from and families or the UGA family that's just, the best support in college tennis. And so I think that's kind of the effort that you get when you've got that kind of support. And it's awesome to see them take advantage of that and let themselves shine on this kind of stage.
Coach John Parsons, no problem. You were in the same round last year where you lost to North Carolina. How much did you reflect on that match this year, and what lessons did you take from it?
Not a lot, honestly. It's a different team. This is a different team. Last year's team was terrific. A lot of special memories from that. This is a different group, just like next year will be a different group from that. What we've really done all year is stay in today, whether that's practice, whether that's an off day. What does an off day look like? What does a match day look like? What does a match day against a top 5 team look like? What does it look like against a team maybe lower ranked? We try to make every day pretty similar. So there's not a ton of room for rear view mirror action, but certainly learning. Every year you get more experience under your belt, and you like to think you're a little bit better off because of it, but I wouldn't say anything in specific. Last year we played a pretty good team in the semis. I think they did okay the next day too.
Drake, could you talk about what Gigi's meant to the team and having her clinch to get into a final?
Yeah. First, maybe I talk about what she means to me. This is the girl who will always be the first over to my house, playing with my 2 kids on the floor with them. She's always smiling. She's always lifting people up. She's very involved in the UGA community, not just tennis. She's involved. SAC co-president, student athlete advisory committee. So this is. I know she's known for her tennis out here, but this is really just a special person, and we're all fortunate and we're all better because she's in these colors.
Gigi, I heard you talking, as we were coming down to the press conference about how the guys were there and added something for you. We saw last night, Tennessee had the luxury of having their whole team here with the men's team back there because they were left over from the team championships. Today, kind of all the individuals are fluctuating in, and so you had Manny and Jamie and some of the guys back there, and I heard you making comments to the fact that Manny was saying things to you and that that they were great. How was that?
Yeah, it was awesome having the guys here supporting us. They have been huge every time they have been on our home courts cheering on us. And yeah, having Manny on the back was awesome. He speaks Spanish like me and Mel, so I was hearing him speaking to us on the back, and it was great. He was super positive, cheering on us, and Jamie was also there. Both of them were. It was great to have them on the back. Honestly, like it's great to have some Georgia fans in the stands.
Drake, was there anything about the match today that surprised you that you hadn't expected coming?
You know, it's going to sound a little bit weird. There's not really a whole lot of like we're going to see it play out like this or that. We're just going to go play. We're just going to go play, and we're going to see where the chips fall from there. We believe in the stuff that we do, and we believe in our games. We believe that we're capable of winning on any court. So, not necessarily surprising, but it's just terrific to see the heart in all 6 of our singles players. Every one of them had a moment where it was, it's getting a little tough over there. You're running into a little bit of a wall, and every single one of them, 6 for 6, just bounced right out. And when that match was clinched, was playing their best tennis of the match. You see that picking up. The level picking up as it gets dark is a good sign.
Drake, we're sitting here with only SEC teams remaining, 2 teams playing right now, Tennessee and Texas A&M. You know quite well. I want to ask you about Texas A&M. You faced them 3 times. What was your reaction when Texas A&M announced that Carson Brandstein would be back eligible? You faced her in that SEC tournament final.
Yeah, she's definitely a good player. I'm going to get a little boring here and say it's really we keep the focus on what we do, and it's. If that's what's on the other side of the net, then that's what we're going to get prepared to play against. And, it is what it is. And I think that this team has really bought into that. And, it's not really any different. Just like tomorrow, just going to go out and play. It's not necessarily against who we're playing against. Yes, we have experience playing against them. Yes, we'll know some tactics. Yes, we know how we're going to go about these matches. But, we keep it about us.
Anything else? Thank you all.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he did.
I think I saw one.
Congratulations, Coach. Yesterday's good. Give us an opening statement and we'll open it to questions.
Yeah, what an exciting match out there. Nothing like playing a night match. Just so proud of the SEC for having 3 of the 4 teams in the semifinals. And, we really embraced the big stage well today. We made some great improvements from the doubles. From yesterday that didn't quite go the way we wanted to. We really played decisive, aggressive, dictating doubles out there that really kind of set the stage for the night. It's a battle out there in the singles. One of the qualities of Tennessee is they fight really hard, and that was definitely one of the pre-match talks. You've got to put them away. And, there's a lot at stake out there. It's a lot more than just playing the tennis. It's about handling the nerves, knowing you're going into the championship match if you can get across the finish line. And we've played so many big matches this year that's really helped prepare us for a match like this. So I couldn't be prouder of the group. Excited to be playing tomorrow for the national title.
For people who don't really know much about college tennis or just casual tennis fans, the number 13 as a seed for you guys would be, this is a big Cinderella story as a 13 seed getting to the final. Do you feel that, or have you always known that you had the capabilities of getting to the final?
It's the lucky number 13. No, I knew we could be here. Obviously, nothing comes easy, and I'm not surprised. I don't mean that in a cocky way. I've known all year if we can just get clicking at the right time, this is right where we're supposed to be. So, of course, we had to beat the best teams in the nation to get here. Hasn't been easy, but we've got a very strong group, very resilient group. We faced adversity all season, and it's made us stronger. I think the last 2 seasons, we didn't face a ton of adversity, and I think you learn so much from your losses. And not that we had that many this year, but we definitely had some heartbreakers, and we used that to make us stronger. And it's shining. We're shining right now on the big stage.
Mary, you were the first one off, obviously in singles. A quick one. I think you played Sophia in the regular season.
Correct.
You? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you? Coming in, did you feel like that was? Did you feel like it was a really good matchup for you, or did you just execute, perfectly tonight, and were expecting an absolute war?
Yeah, I sort of had the game plan because of that match we played in the regular season, and I mean things were a little different when we played that match. We had just come off of that Georgia loss, but like here we're feeling really confident, really fresh, and I sort of just knew what I had to do and go there and take care of business. And I knew if I just played every point and really focused on my own court, I could really do a good job in setting the tone for the rest of those singles matches, and I feel like I did a good job in that. So that's how that went.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. You lost to Georgia in Athens in the SEC. Does that help you at this stage? You're now on a neutral site. In a neutral site, how are you looking at rebounding from that loss?
Yeah, we're excited to be playing on the neutral side, and all that matters is tomorrow now. So, of course, they've gotten us 3 times, and that stings, but at the end of the day, none of that really matters right now. So we've learned a lot. We know their players well, and, of course, they know our players well. It's who's going to be performing tomorrow on the big points, who's going to execute well on the big points. So I couldn't be more excited about playing them tomorrow. It's going to be a great match. Great for college tennis fans out there, and I'm looking forward just to really, really exciting college tennis match. This is what we do this for, and I think the fact that we're playing Georgia in the finals, I'm just so excited we're getting to play against them.
Mary, probably one of the craziest matches I saw this year, and I hate to bring it up though, was the match against Dasha. Right,
Mm-hmm.
she's cramping, and somehow 5-1 in third, and she finds a way to come back.
Mm-hmm.
What did you take from that, and what are you going to do differently? In this next match against her. Obviously, her game well. What's the plan there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no worries about bringing it up. That's okay. I own it. I mean, it's tennis. That happens all the time to anyone. So I feel like that's actually only going to help me in tomorrow's match. I mean, basically the worst that could have happened in that match. So we can only go up from there. So I'm really excited to go out there and play my game and just focus on the things I know I need to do well to be a really good player like her. So I'm super excited for this matchup.
Coach, how much were you, at the end there, it looked like, you had 6-love, 5-love in the second and third on one court, and you were up, I don't know, 5-2 or 5-3 down there, and all of a sudden it starts getting really tight. They cut, Mia gets back to 5-all, and 5-love becomes 5-3. Where are you? I'm not even sure what court you had at that point. Where are you, and what's going through your head when all of a sudden it looks like you're closing in on the finish line, and then all of a sudden it starts getting really tight again?
Yeah, I was on 3 and 5 there with Nicole and Lou, and we were guilty of, and everyone is. You kind of start thinking about the wrong things, and you're wondering maybe is she going to finish it out or I'm finishing it out. And yeah, it's really unfortunate. Nicole had won 11 straight games, and we unfortunately got a point penalty out there from the crowd. We love the crowd being on our side, and pretty questionable to have a point penalty there. But I don't want to get in all that too much. But that really changed the momentum there, and unfortunately, we lost a deuce game there because of that. It's tough when the crowd's rooting for us that we get penalized for something that's out of our control. I'm sure Mary's tired of hearing Coach Weaver always say, control the things you can control. That's always my number one go-to message, and we can't control the crowd, so it's tough that we're penalized a point out there, and that really kind of changed the momentum a bit. But we were luckily able to overcome that. We have a very strong, mentally tough team there, and we were able to get across the finish line.
Anything else? Thank you all.
Thank you.
Coach, we'll go ahead and start our first ball. National champions.
Yeah, it's an incredible night for Texas A&M. Just the way we handled the move indoors, it was incredible how just the energy surge we had once we moved inside. I don't know how many doubles points were played, maybe 25. I felt like we won 20 of them. It was pretty crazy how we came out, just like all-out blitz. Everything kind of went our way, and the crowd really got into it, and that just kind of really set the tone out there. And, we really had some good leads out there in the singles, and Georgia, being the great team they are, fought and started making some turns out there, and things started to get pretty interesting, and then we kind of regrouped and started putting them away there in those last couple matches with Nicole and Carson, and it looked like Jeanette was even doing good there at the end. But yeah, just an amazing performance by our group. It's a team that started out the season 5-5 and had a lot of people doubting us, and every loss we had this year helped to make us a stronger, better team. And if we hadn't had such tough adversity early on, we wouldn't be sitting here today with the national championship trophy sitting right in front of us.
Drake said that, and as he said in his speech, that you made them a better team. Do you feel the reverse is also true?
100%. I meant to say that out there, and maybe I forgot to say that. Yeah, they kicked our butt 3 times, and we wouldn't be at the level we are right now. It's kind of like, maybe you compare it to like the Federer Nadal rivalries, how they just pushed each other to be better players, and I felt like they pushed us as a team to get better. And yeah, they took it to us 3 times this season, and we use that as fuel to keep working hard and striving for more. And yeah, we ultimately played about as high of a level as we could possibly play the entire NCAA tournament.
Did you ever dream that you would win your first title indoors?
Yeah, that's a great question. And anybody who knows me, no one's complained about having to play indoors more than me over the years. I think our record is like 10-50 indoors over my coaching career. It's definitely been our kryptonite. So yeah, it's pretty crazy how it turned out that we won our national title indoors. That has hurt us, brought a lot of pain and sorrow for me over the years, and get our first national championship indoors. You can't make that stuff up.
Mary, I'd asked you yesterday about what you were looking forward to, and you know, the past matches you had with Dasha. You got off to a really quick start today, and then it got tight in the second. You managed to pull it out. Just your general thoughts on what it took to get out to that quick start.
Yeah, I knew I had to come out sharp. She's a great player, makes a lot of balls, but I know that I definitely have the game to be successful against her, so I just took advantage of my opportunities coming in on the right short balls and finishing at the net, and that's definitely the game that you need to bring to a really good player like her. So I felt like I took care of those things really good in the beginning, and obviously I'm going to expect a fight in the second set. I mean, we're one of the best 2 players in the country. I knew it's going to be tough, but I just kind of made sure to ride the wave pretty good, keep it in perspective, and not get too high or too upset. And then when I got in that hole in the second set, I made sure to just stay on it, because I know how tennis works. Anything can happen. I mean, last time we played, I was up 5-1 and lost the match in the third, so I just kind of keep things in perspective like that, and I thought I did a really good job of staying level-headed, and it ultimately took me to the win.
You were up 5-1 in the tiebreaker. Did you think about that?
No, actually, I didn't think about that, because I'm just staying in the moment and playing every single point, however that unfolds.
Coach, I know you weren't on Carson's court. Coach Zabo was there, but it was also right next to you, Mary. So either one of you, if you had, did either one of you have any words, after the penalty and that got the set, and obviously she needed to turn around, which she obviously did, but just any idea what that conversation was? Did you talk to Coach Zabo, or did you happen to say anything to her, Mary, when that happened?
I don't even know what happened, to be honest. I was so zoned in on my court, so I can't say anything about that. What happened?
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of heard it a little bit. I think she banged the windscreen. It was really loud indoors, so I don't even know what happened. I guess we got a point penalty. It
was just she hit the back screen, and it was at a 15-40, 5-6, or what it ended up point game set.
Yeah.
So it's one of those where I was just wondering, she's got to turn around after doing that, right, and figure out how to come back for the third set out strong, which she did. So I was just curious what the message was.
I kind of assumed that would happen. I honestly wasn't for sure what happened. Like you said, I was down on the other side. I heard something, and I noticed the scoreboard all of a sudden had another point. So I just assumed that's what had happened. I'm sure Coach Zabo did a great job of getting Carson's mindset right. At the end of the day, she was up maybe 5-0 in the third set after that. So it was a great job of regrouping. And, she looks like she handled that all well. Just unfortunate the timing of it, I guess, happened. Obviously, there's a lot of emotions out there everyone's feeling. And, anything indoor just kind of amplified. So I don't know how severe it was. I'm assuming it warranted a point penalty. I didn't see it. So, but yeah, at the end of the day, great job by her. A lot of people probably would have maybe felt sorry for themselves, and if anything, it looked like maybe it helped her there. So yeah, she was up 5-0 in the third set. So great job by Carson, how she responded to that.
Mary, you're the number one seed in the individual. How do you regroup and recover in the next, I don't know, not very many hours, I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, obviously I'll do all the right professional things. I'll get a good night's sleep. I can sleep in tomorrow. I mean, I'm just so jazzed and so excited from this. I feel like it'll only just carry in, and I have big goals for obviously the individual tournament as well, but obviously I'm going to keep it in perspective and take it easy on myself. We just played 3 tough matches, so I'm going to do everything I can, and I'm going in super confident, so I think it'll be all good, but I'm just going to be fine with however that plays out, and yeah, give it my best.
We've seen on both the men's and women's side in the past a lot of the folks that have to go the full length of the team event either struggle or just flat out pull out of the singles. The legs all feeling good, and then do you feel that a little bit of that drag that you're going to have to really get yourself going early?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm feeling great. Luckily, I was able to get through in straight sets every match, so feeling great, and I also do a really good job recovering, so I think I'm going to be just fine, and I'm really excited to play tomorrow.
On a lighter note, I know you guys, you talked about the fact that, great way to send Coach Zabo out, right? Bigger and better opportunities ahead for him. Big party celebration going away, something planned for him?
Yeah, we'll see. We're going to try to talk him into staying, but might be a little too late for that. But yeah, we wish Jordan nothing but the best. It's hard to believe we'll be competing against him in a few months. And yeah, if anybody knows our program, Jordan's the hardest worker in the business, and nobody cares for our girls more than Jordan. Just an amazing job he's done to help recruit the girls here and develop their games over the years. And yeah, he'll be sorely missed, that's for sure. But we ended it the right way for him and all of us. And yeah, I'm just so proud of our group of young ladies that do all the right things and just continue to strive to get better. That's our big motto, is let's just get better. It's not that complicated. You work hard, you do the right things, you treat people kindly with respect, and great things happen when you do the right things.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Some kind of butterfly.